Yenana. Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Tejas classes C and CMA Guru. And yesterday I came with the video regarding cost accounting point of view. Now, and I told yesterday that is the most easiest question paper in the recent term. Majority of the questions they have drafted from study material, and majority of the questions covered from our expected questions. Even today also I told some of the areas please concentrate, sir. For sure from this area they will concentrate, but people didn't listen to me and they suffered by seeing this question paper. The people who followed my strategy and who did the expected questions, I think so they will get comfortable paper. I'm not saying that management accounting is an easy paper, but it is an exemption paper, sir. And first we'll go and discuss in related to management accounting point of view MCQ solving, Nana. See, which of the following option is not a characteristics of management accounting? That is definitely future oriented, and it includes accounting information, and it is management oriented. It is not compulsory accounting. It's not mandatory management accounting is. And which personal or financial forms play a key role in management accounting? Definitely who else? Nothing else other than managers. And production details of Bunny Food Care are as under. They are asking you production and mesh hours given. By using this we are able to find out our mesh hours. 50,000 plus 44,000 plus 36,000 plus 60,000. Totally 1,90,000 mesh hours we got, and our overhead cost is 2,25,000. So 2,25,000 divided by 1,90,000, and each production runs consists of how many units? Into 10 units. Yeah. So divided by 1,90,000 into 10, then we are getting 11.84. That is our option. In activity based costing, an item for which cost measurement is required is called as cost object. We can call it as. So Binshu Limited sells two products A and B in the ratio of 3:2. That means 60% and 40% the sales mix ratio. Variable cost percentage 95%, 90%. That means your PVR ratios are 5% for A and B point of view 10%. Sales mix ratio 60%. So this is 3% into 40%. This is 4%. Combiningly your overall PV ratio how much? Weight basis 7%. What is your fixed cost? 7,000. So break even cost, fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Then we are getting 1 lakh is our break even point. A company sales decline from 9 to 7 lakhs, causing 50,000 to 50,000 loss. What is the PV ratio? Already we know that change in profit divided by change in sales into 100. 1 lakh divided by 2 lakhs into 100, 50% will be your option. Okay na sir? And this is indifference point, and we know indifference point formula. Difference in fixed cost divided by difference in variable cost per unit, that is 18,000 divided by 6, that is equal to 3,000 units. At indifference point you can go with semi-automatic or fully automatic. Anything less than indifference point you can go with low fixed cost point of view. That means semi-automatic we can choose. Whenever it is above indifference point, go with low variable cost per unit, then we maybe go with fully automated. Based on the scenario, semi-automated machine should be chosen if the expected production is 2500. Definitely below indifference point, which one we will choose, which is having low fixed cost, that particular product will be chosen. That's the reason semi-automated correct. Regarding EA, which of the following is not a method of transfer pricing? A skimming price method. Sir, I told you transfer pricing you will see problem as well as MCQ, and I told activity based costing point of view you will see MCQs, and we saw even from activity based costing point of view also 2 MCQs we saw from responsibility accounting 1 and introduction chapter 1. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 from my expected area you saw as of now. And they are asking you variable overhead cost variance. So you have 6000 units, each unit require 2 hours. Totally your budgeted hours are 12,000. What is your budgeted variable? 1,20,000. Then what is your SVOR equal to 10 rupees. What they are asking, variable overhead cost variance. SVOR into SH minus SVOR into cost variance into AR into AH. AR already given 1,22,000. SVOR we got 10. What is our standard hours? Standard means always standard for actual production. That means 5,900 actual production into 2, that is equal to 11,800. So standard hours 11,800 into SVOR 10, that is equal to 1,18,000 minus 1,22,000, 4,000 adverse will be your answer. And limited produces 500 units of product A, 12 hours per unit against standard hours of 16 per unit. If the standard rate per hour is 48, actual rate is how much? Simply sir, 6,000 hours minus 8,000 hours into, you maybe go with 48, that is equal to 96,000 adverse will get. 6,000 means 500 into 12, here 500 into 16, that's what. Okay. Next, dash is a budget which is continuously updated by adding a further accounting period, that is we can call it as a rolling budget. Zero budget, no base. Master budget, summary of all budget. Continuity, so every year you should be in a position to continue. Here it is what? Updated by adding a further accounting period when earlier accounting period has expired. That is what we can call it as rolling budget. So, and already I told you residual income point of view we will get one MCQ. Already I told you what is the formula for residual income. So operating income minus capital investment into the minimum rate of return, that is equal to 1 lakh minus 5 lakhs into 15%, that is equal to 25,000 is our option. And which of the following responsibility center whose manager is responsible for generating revenues and managing expenses? That should be covered under profit center. Business is deciding between 3 different investment options, so A, B, C. Okay, and 4 economic scenarios: recession, stability, growth, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Totally how many unique payoff values will exist in the payoff table for decision table? That is 3 into 4, totally 12 will be our answer. And already I told you, even coefficient of variation point of view, first from our study material, illustration number 1 and 2, they are most important related to MCQs. So what is the formula for coefficient variation? standard deviation divided by expected return. For A equal to 15% divided by 20%, that is equal to 0.75. B equal to 9% divided by 10%, that is equal to 0.9. Whenever you have more coefficient of variation, mean that is a more risky project. Then what is your answer, ma? Project B, because coefficient of variation is higher. Got it, ma? They are asking which is riskier project they are asking. They are not asking which project to choose. Please read the question carefully. This is about MCQs. I feel MCQs are good. You can get easily 24 plus marks very comfortably from MCQs. And if you see my expected questions point of view, I told management accounting point of view, theory 1 question compulsory, and I given my expected questions list also. You can cross check. It was there in my expected questions theory point of view. First that one, and same way you can check with this is also I mentioned 5 questions from responsibility accounting point of view. That is my last question under responsibility accounting. Problematic wise, what are the characteristics of responsibility accounting? And even my guessing questions point of view, I told max mini, mini max and Laplace Harvey's criterion alpha point of view. This is also similar to our study material question. Even you can check my expected questions point of view also. You can see these things. Yeah, I will show you, ma. See here, I told characteristics of the reports, that is there in my expected question, as well as cost accounting versus management accounting, financial accounting versus management accounting, that is also there in my expected questions point of view. And whatever the activity based costing question was there, that is similar to if I am not wrong, question number 3 from the illustration, that is similar to that, if I am not wrong, but nothing complicated. Even activity based costing question also so good. Decision theory point of view, see sir, clearly I said illustration number 9, I indicated ma compulsory do mini max, max mini Harvey's, that model question. See sir, as of now I showed you how many. And even if you check with the divisional performance measurement point of view, so I told you go with first EVA, perform it, then go for learning curve point of view. Learning curve already even I mentioned with some of the illustrations as well as, yes sir. And even budgetary control also I told in my concerned point of view, I mentioned flexible budget, that point of the question was already there. Cash budget also I made the expected question, that was also there. Even standard costing also I told you, some of the illustration from sales variance I told you, and normal standard costing problem also I communicated. Standard questions are very important sir, they can get very easily. Even I mentioned compulsory this time they will generate 7 marks question from transfer pricing. I told you 7 marks compulsory question, and you can now I will show you transfer pricing question was there or not. Yeah. So let's see continuity of the examination paper. This is what I told you. This is learning curve. Even I told you learning curve also an 80% learning curve rate is so pertinent in this case point of view. The marketing director believe that quotation is unlikely to be accepted if it exceed 1,10,000. As the company is short of work, he believes contract is vital. Yeah, they given material cost to, labor cost to, and reusable cost to, tolling, variable overheads 50 paisa per labor hour, fixed overheads also 50 paisa per labor hour they provided. So as of now initial run was 30 boards point of view they are giving. Okay. And now you need to do under learning curve point. You are required to calculate profit or loss if the contract is accepted for 1,10,000 point of view. For how many boards? 90 boards point of view. You need to calculate the labor cost. This is for 30 boards point of view then said. So based on that per board how much you are able to find out all these things. Based on that we can calculate. This is also somewhat manageable question. But 8A and 8B are very easy question. You can get 14 there very comfortably. 14 marks easy question. I am not saying that you can get. And I told you EVA question compulsory. Net operating income before tax, sales, total assets, shareholders equity, interest expenses after tax, and tax rate also given. If this is before tax, you need to deduct that part. Yeah, then you need to deduct, add back your interest after tax. Anyway they given, if you add you will get no pat. Once you get the no pat, then you are able to find out what is your capital employed also given, and your weighted average cost of also given. So they are asking what is the return on equity using DuPont analysis, and what is the EVA also, and discuss the relationship between both the things they are asking. Easy to answer this question. And I told you this is my cash budget. So schedule of cash collections expected during April, May, June 2025 point of view, how much? This is what they are asking. And an estimation of additional collection in April, May and June if the credit period of 1 month is to be enforced strictly. Normally what they mentioned, 25% of sales are cash, the balance is 1 month credit. Through at least 20% of the total sales end up being collected in the second month in the following cases. Yeah, so 25% is cash sales, means 75% will be credit. 75% into 20% means for 15%. So out of this 20%, 75% means how much ma? 75 lakhs. On this 20% will collecting when? So from this 80% we will collect in the month of next month, 20% we are collecting in the following month itself. So this is, they want to don't encourage compulsory in the April, May, June point of view. If the credit period only restricted to 1 month, how to handle that? This is also very nice question to handle, ma. And this is the easiest question. So material, labor 50%, 150, 60 fixed, 50 variable. Current selling price is 1000, 60% working, material cost increased by 2%, selling price fall by 2%, 80% working, material cost increased by 5%, selling price fall by 5%. Estimate the profit at 60%, 80%. Such an easy question. Actually this is a group 1 model question, ma, even though this is answerable. And already I told you. So sales variance point of view, budgeted selling price minus budgeted cost, you will get budgeted margin, that is nothing but your budgeted profit. Actual average selling price per unit minus actual cost per unit, you will get my actual profit. Then you can find out variances in profit analyzed, cost variance, sales price variance, sales volume variance. They are asking, very easy to calculate. Even this is also standard cost, material price, mix and yield variances they are asking. So these 14 marks question is very easy to handle after 8th question. And 14 plus 14, 28 marks, Nana. Even this marks question also 7. And this is also very manageable. Another 14 marks is very good manageable. So 42 marks are so comfort as of now. This concept is little tricky. 4A question was little tricky. And 4B also a little tricky. You can leave it this part as choice. This is the only part was a little tough in related to 4B especially. And this is also a very good question. This is what I told you, ma, transfer point of view. I told you this attempt for sure transfer pricing question will be there. That's the reason you saw that question as well as. And this is another little tricky. So 3A and 4B, these only tricky questions. Remaining entire part of the questions are so easy. So 50,000 direct labor hours, traditional point of view will get. Budgeted production also given, price per unit given. Labor is paid 250, 240 per hour. That means 3 hours to 4 hours required. So order processing, what is the basis? Orders processed. So this is what my total order processing cost given. Then go with the total. Then you can split between robo welder and robo painter. Such an easy question to answer. This is another easy 7 marks question, Anna. So that's the reason I told you very easy to secure 60 marks. But I am not saying that like costing it is so easy. But when compared to previous management accounting question paper, this question paper was so good. You can get exemptions very comfortably. Yeah, sir. With this, I'm just signing off. And already I told you yesterday also, who are required any of the Group 1 and Group 2 classes, you can contact me 8142018143. Even all the three subjects what I am handling, whether it is cost accounting or whether it is management accounting or whether it is auditing point of view, all my auditing you can check with my super 50 questions. Out of 6, 5 questions matched and 7 MCQs are so easy to solve. If anybody wants any of the recorded videos regarding these three subjects, you can ping me. So up to January, we have some offer regarding discount point of view. So who need the consent details, please ping me personally. Yes, sir. So once after watching this video, please like. Because of this, so many people can reach this particular video. Who wants to check with the MCQs, they can cross check. That's it, sir. Okay, sir. Bye. Have a nice day.